everybody, welcome back to Simply Sarissa. Today's a bonus video. I had promised a while back that I would review the Angie Hot and Flashy brush set that BK Beauty came out with. They are incredible. You probably are already familiar with Angie. She's amazing and she's about 59 years old. Really just does deep dives into makeup and skincare for aging skin, and these brushes are no joke. I love them. So what they come in is a cute little box like this. It says BK Beauty. It's really well packaged and they're each individually packaged. I'm not going to show you that because I already took them apart, obviously. It comes with a cute little card that tells you what the set includes, and it tells you all about them, that they're like vegan, fiber, 100% cruelty free, all of that kind of stuff. And then it has just a sweet little note from her. The brushes look like this. They come in a set of 7, and you cannot buy them individually as of now. And they're cute because they are numbered like A501, 502, all the way to 507. I'm assuming the A is for Angie. And they're just really well made. They have a nice long barrel on them. They feel like painter's brushes. So if you're an artist, that's a true artist, you know, it's a really neat concept because you can actually like put the pressure amounts. They can change based on where you put your hands on the handle. So the longer the handle, actually the better, because if you really want like a light touch, then you want to move your hands back a little further and you can have a much lighter touch. But if you want to like really get in there, then you get a lot closer and you can kind of work harder. So I do love that about the brushes. I love that they are just really pretty simple silver with like this graphite kind of gray. They have her name on them. Really lovely. Price, I think I said $125. Once in a while you can get a discount code. I got one through BK Beauty. I believe it was about 20% off. So just make sure you subscribe to their emails, and then also be on the lookout, or you can look through Angie Hot and Flashy's videos. Sometimes they have discount codes that way as well. So on my face, I'm going to actually show you how these brushes work, but I kind of pre-started makeup because I'm not a makeup artist. I didn't want to get too much into detail with you on that. I have on my face right now the L'Oreal True Match Nude. This is one of those things that has the hyaluronic serum, hyaluronic acid and all that good stuff in it. I'm using the shade 2-3 Light Pale. It's one of those things that I did not think I liked at all, but the more I use it, the more I keep reaching for it, and I kind of love it. It's really weird. It's changing my mind a lot, but that's not uncommon. I did that with this Roller Lash mascara. I thought this was the worst mascara on the planet when I first tried it, but for some reason I kept testing it, and now I can't live without it. It's a favorite. So anyway, I'll be working with that later. What else do I have on my face? Oh, I had to do eyebrows a little bit because I don't want to torture you. So I use currently the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I forgot the color. I think it's Taupe. And I'm using my Glossier Boy Brow just to kind of keep everything in place. I also just have a tiny bit of the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Happy on, just because my lips are really dry. And I have this Ancient Sephora nude color in my waterline. So let's talk brushes and makeup. What I'm going to do is go ahead and do my eyes for you really quick so this video doesn't get too long. And then they only have two face brushes. So the concealer, let's do that next actually. I go back and forth with concealers. I actually use these Instant Age Rewinds a lot, but they are almost out, and I kind of want to use up my Dior Forever, so I'm just going to put that on real quick. So I'm just going to put a couple of dots because I already have the other makeup on. I don't want to get too crazy with it. So I put a couple of dots. This is really close to my skin tone, so it's not super brightening, but it works fine. And then this brush is amazing. This is the 506 brush, and look at the shape on that. Isn't that really cool? I love it because you can use this for multiple things, but the best part is it just really gets down into your under eye, and she uses it a lot for that. You can also use it for under eye powdering as well, which I have tried and it's great, but I prefer it for the actual product itself right now, the liquid or the cream products, just because I didn't have one of those in my current collection of brushes, and I do have another brush I use for the powder that's fine. So I like it because you can kind of really get in there, and as you can see, I'm just patting it. The brush is not a miracle worker. It's not going to cover my eye bags, and you have to understand I'm not a professional and I'm not using a lot of other products today. I'm just kind of keeping it every day, but it just gets under there really good. Do you see how it fits? Perfect. I love that. And then I love how it carries up so that I can just kind of go like that and lift my eye a little with the concealer. So that works great. I'm actually going to go ahead and powder my under eye right now, because if there's fallout from this palette, then I just don't want it to get too crazy. What I've been doing lately is taking a sponge. This is a Nikia Joy sponge. I have another one in the box still. Love her sponges. They're so great. I have her powder too, and it's really good. But right now I've been using the number 7 Lift and Illuminate, the solid powder or the pressed powder for under my eyes. I just really like it. So I actually just tap into that, get a little bit of that powder, and I've been just pressing it. And it's been working really well, because when I just kind of swipe powder under my eye, it actually starts to kind of really age me a lot. And if I press a little bit in, it seems to move a little bit less. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And I'm just going to press a little bit just for now here. And don't mind these marks, they're from my glasses I've been wearing all morning. Before I get started, I'm going to use a little bit of matte eye primer. I've got a little sample of the Ulta Beauty one, and it's actually pretty good. So just get a little bit of that on there. It definitely mattifies, and it does take down a little bit of the redness in some of the veins, so I do like that. It also dries down really quickly, so this eye's already almost dry. All right, I'm gonna dip into my ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. I'm going to use the color Fascinated right here. Dip into a little bit of that, tap it off, and then I go above my crease a little bit because I have such hooded eyes that I try to not get dark stuff on here very much. So let's dip in again here. And I just kind of do a sweeping motion. I like to actually use lighter shades and build mine because I am not very good at makeup, but these brushes, I will say, are so soft and they help the makeup go on lightly. And see how I had it here? If I wanted to, I could pull back a lot and really just lightly go over it and really just build slowly. And I really like doing that with the color. Now that I've got a little bit of that on, I am going to go in with the 50, where are we? 501 brush, and this is a little bit thicker and fluffier than you would think, but it is, see how it goes that way, and then if you turn it, it's much wider and flatter. This is so good the way she has it shaped, so that I can get some of the product on the flat side of my brush and basically just put it all over the lid, but it's the perfect size so I can get into those little wrinkle creases and go all the way around without it getting all over the place, and minimal fallout, and it also doesn't like jam up in and mess up my crease color. So I think for my next color, I'm just going to do Trip, and I'm going to hope that it shows up for you. Right here is Trip. So I'm just going to get some on one side of the brush, load it up pretty good, and then if you can see, I'm just going to lay it down and see how it just, look at that color already. But it's not falling out, and then I just lightly tap and pat it all over my lid, and it almost makes a perfect crease on its own. So I mean, these brushes do the work for you. It's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna get some more and do the next one. And I love that I can actually wiggle it a tiny bit if I need to inside this little crease, because I think if you know, you know, as we get older, there starts to be a little bit of a wrinkle there and it pulls in. Okay, so I got that going on. Now look at that. And you saw I wasn't doing any kind of cut creasing or anything. That's literally just using those two brushes. All right, from there, I'm gonna take the smaller brush, which is the 504. So it looks very similar to these other crease brushes, but look at that, just like a mini one. It's really cute. And this one is one where you want to take a darker shade and you want to just sort of lay it here and then just pat it in. So I don't want to get too crazy. I think I'm going to try Ghost Town, which is this shade right here. I don't want anything, you know, too dark because like I said, I am just doing everyday look today. It's just a basic day, but I just want to show you. So I'm just going to take that and pat it, and you could see it immediately created that line, but it didn't get it hardly anywhere else. There's a tiny bit of fallout here, but that's something I can get later. And that was probably my fault for not tapping it off enough. So there's that. And then because it's like a little blending brush, you can actually use it and just start doing little circles and blend it into the crease and blend it up a little bit into your other colors. But because it's small enough, it doesn't smudge it very much. So you just start working it and building that depth. Now, as you can see, I definitely built up some depth there. And then I'm going to leave it alone for a second because I want to show you this next brush. This next brush is the 505 and it's super flat, totally different look to it. This is incredible for laying down like shimmer shades. So even though it's a day look, I'm going to take a basic shimmer shade. I kind of want you to see some of these. I think I'm going to do I Dig It, which is up in the top. It's a very kind of silvery taupey shade. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, tap a lot off because these shades kind of tend to fall all over the place, but I just want you to see it. And then I'm going to just lay it right in the center, right here. And it only goes where I want it to go with this little brush. And again, because of the curvature of the brush, it doesn't go any higher than I want it to. It's not too flat. I don't have to work too hard. I just lay it down on top of that. And then I'm just going to bring it in a little bit because why not? Do the other side. Okay, so now I've got all these colors going on. You can see, probably you don't get to see very good on the shimmer, but you can see the color difference. And then from there, I can do whatever I want. I can go back in with some of these smaller blending brushes, or I can take the big super fluffy 503 brush, which I'm going to right now. I'm going to take the 503 and I'm going to actually just blend the top because I just don't want it to have like too much of a cut right there. And this is just how I use it. Again, I'm not a professional at all. This is just what I do to kind of blend it all together a little bit. And then I take the other side. It's like a fresh side. Side note, I have had these since Christmas, I believe, and I have actually washed them very thoroughly twice, once with the mild shampoo and once with a dish soap, and they just cleaned beautifully. They've done really well. I didn't want to do more of a first impression because anybody can say a brush is great when they first get it. I wanted to really use it for like over a month and then wash them a few times and see how they held up. And as long as you wash them the way that like Lisa J and Angie Hot and Flashy tell you to, and you kind of just reshape them and let them dry, oh my goodness, they're just like brand new every time. And then from here, if I wanted to, I can kind of get in a little bit and blend it all out just a little bit to pull some of the lines off. And I just like to do that once in a while, just to kind of smooth it all out a little bit. Then what I like to do is I like to go back in, and this is just me, but I go back in with the smallest, the 504 brush, and I take one of the kind of deeper shades, maybe the crease shade. I think I was using, what was it, Ghost Town? And I like to just take a tiny bit on the tip, and then I actually just squeeze it, and I like to run that under my lower lash line just to kind of give it a little bit of a liner effect, but really soft. Where you can almost not see it, but I know it's there. All right, and from there, I'm gonna finish out my makeup look, and then I will come back and use this last brush with you, and that'll be that. All right, just to get you up to speed, I used the Milani Silky Matte Sunkissed No. 2 for my bronzer. For my lips, I threw on the Buxom OG full-on lip plumping polish in Dolly. Oh my gosh, this stuff is the best. I also just did my upper waterline with a Sephora waterproof eyeliner in just like a really rich brown that I love. And I like to do that because I don't have a lot of lid space. So the closer to my waterline I do, I feel like I do that upper liner without using up too much space. And then for my lashes, I did the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer and my Benefit Roller Lash in black. So that's that. So for my cheeks, what I think I'm going to do today is just kind of keep it matte because it's an everyday look. And this is Tarte in PAARTY, which is my absolute favorite blush. I just love this color. So this is the last brush I'm going to talk about. This is the 507 brush, the Angie Hot and Flashy. I love these brushes, and you can also use these with cream blushes and bronzers as well. This makes a beautiful bronzer brush too because you can kind of like sculpt. You can actually use this as a contour brush. You can use it for everything. I actually tend to use them for blush brushes though. And yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do today. And that's just because I've been really having a hard time with my brushes lately and I get my blush way too low. So brand new, clean, washed it last night. I'm just gonna load it up with a little bit of my blush product. It does not pick up too much. If you see that, it just gets little bits of it. I love it because that way I can build and I don't have like a big stamp of blush right away. So I'll do this side first so you can see. And I like start here because I like, and I have it up at an angle because I want my blush to kind of go higher and lift my cheek a little bit. So I just sort of start building. It's a little bit washed out for you guys, so you're gonna see a little bit less than what I'm seeing already, but I'm going to flip the camera in a minute and do natural light so you can see the finished look of everything. And I like to bring my blush a little bit higher up actually. So I just keep building that. Pull that up. I put a tiny bit on my nose. I don't know why, I just do it. All right, that is the blush. Love how soft this brush is, so good. All right, this is the finished look in natural light. I'm literally right in front of a window, so I want you to see how the blush has gone on and look at my eyeshadow look in natural light. This one you can definitely see a lot better than this one. Is blowing it out a little bit. Let's see if I can turn that off and help you. No, that doesn't help. Okay, you can see this eye much better. So you can see how it has actually like formed those creases for me by using those brushes. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing with makeup. Of course, I love to play with it. I'm always using it, always trying new things. And I thought brushes, I knew you needed decent brushes, but I didn't know that quality could actually change your makeup application until I actually got this whole set. This has really just been so user-friendly. It really just helps me to up my eyeshadow game especially. This brush, I obviously had something sort of similar to it, but I love just the barrel on it. I love how this feels. This is just a very unique brush. You don't find these very often at all. And yeah, I really can't speak highly enough of these brushes and this set. For the price, like I said, I got a discount on it, and I would definitely probably want to wait if I were you to get a discount if possible. But they are incredible, totally worth the money, even full price. And I really am excited to see what else BK Beauty is going to be coming out with in the future, and if Angie's going to do any more collabs with them, because I think that she just actually added an extra special touch to this set. So that being said, highly recommend. I love these brushes. And I will put all the details that I have below, any links that I can find for you below as well. And I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have tried these brushes or not, or what some of your favorite eyeshadow brushes are. All right, until next time, I'll see you soon.